Welcome to BumbleKast Live. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Kraus.
Hello, we're here. We're back. It's been a little while since we've recorded in life. I mean, it's been a month since we did the live stream last, but even just recording, it's been a little while since we've done this. So
Yeah. It's been quite the whirlwind month, but here we are, last Saturday in the month, time for BumbleKast Live. Thank you to Jennifer R. and Professor Rye for managing all the questions that are coming in. Thank you to Kazi for managing the social media channels. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the show, coming in and listening, giving your super chats and all that. Speaking of questions and super chats, in case you missed it, we will not be taking questions about Sonic and Shadow Generations. It just came out. Sure, some folks had early access, but not everyone can do that. So to be 100% spoiler free, we will not be accepting any questions about the game tonight. Not even super chats.
yes,
Nothing. Nada. Zippo. And because YouTube is YouTube, we cannot refund super chats. It is physically unable for us to do that. So do not throw your money down that hole because we can't throw it back.
unless you just want to send us something. I don't know. Some people are nice like that.
That kind of implies we're living at the bottom of the hole, just kind of slapping at money as it comes down Golem-esque, which I guess is not wholly inaccurate.
This is the Bumble hole, Ian. This is where we live. This is our existence.
Welcome, nasty habitants, to the BumbleKast. Me is your host, Graham.
The server, the Discord server is the bottom of the hole.
Anyway, please limit yourself to one question at a time. Wait for us to answer it before you put in the other one. We will try to answer all the super chats that come in tonight. If we can't get through them all in the 2-hour block, we will roll them over into the next available recording session. Please be patient, because sometimes you guys just go crazy with the love and we can't handle it. You overwhelm us with your love and attention, which is a good problem to have.
Yes. And apparently free questions are already closed.
Yeah, that'll take too long.
See?
Yeah, I know. It's insane. We literally just came. We've been at this, Ian. We've been at this for less than 5 minutes, and free questions are already filled. So, sorry about that, guys.
As many of those tonight as we can, too. So, let's just get to it, because we have so many questions.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know everybody is like really gets excited, but we can only do so many. We can only do so many, guys. We're only here for a limited amount of time. We can't be here all the time, unfortunately. So, but let's go ahead and get started regardless. And Uncle Venus has won the question race with the first one. So here we go. The metal virus goop has always looked quite scrumptious to me. So if one could eat it without getting infected, what would the texture and taste be like?
The texture, I would imagine, would be like somewhere between a mousse and a thick pudding.
Okay.
Very coating.
And
it would taste like gargling pennies.
Okay. I was thinking it would taste kind of like the metallic taste you get from blood. So
something like that. Or like if you went out to the public place where there's basketball goals and just lick the basketball pole.
Yes.
It would be something like that.
Yeah.
And cold. I imagine even at room temperature, it would just be like icy, numbing cold.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Don't eat it in winter.
No, because then your tongue would stick to it, and that would just then be throw it halfway, and
yeah. You don't want that. You don't eat the metal virus goop. Just don't. Here's one from Super Sharkbait. Time for a super random body swap question. Tangle and the End. What happened? Pretty funny.
Well, you have the most aggressive furry wrecking ball trying to knock things over with her face, while spouting philosophical nonsense. I am the Alpha and the Omega. Thwack! Why can I not get through this brick wall? Thwack, thwack! And Otherwise, you have just this gigantic purple tangle head in the sky going, "Hey, everybody! I'm a moon!"
Whisper be like, my girlfriend turned into a moon.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy. It's true. It's true. All right, and this one is from Laren Waka. Hi, Ian. Concerning the girl from Tails Tube, do you know why the tease happened so early? I've never seen a Sonic project be teased 2.5+ years in advance. You're all cooking quite the meal. Also, the random letters are capitalized in this, so I'm supposed to look at them. So it says RELATE. Relate? Relative. Is that what it is? Relative. I think that's what it says. Anyway,
yes, I do know. No, I can't say more beyond that.
hashtag knowing smile? Here's one from Sako and Chips. It's been 2 years, so it may be okay to ask now. What's with Tails Tube's pink human girl? Are you able to say what she was for, or the power of India is still locking her away from the public? Well,
just be patient, folks.
Yes. And we got one from Miyu. So what were your favorite moments to write from Dark Beginning? Nope.
Wait.
Dark Beginnings. Oh, Dark Beginnings. Okay. I don't think you ever answered
been out
exactly.
For a bit. That's
Dark
safe.
Beginnings is out for okay. Dark Beginnings. Yes, the anime, the anime short series. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. Sorry, I got
the whole
confused.
thing was great because I knew that we were going with that animation studio, so that's what I was writing towards anyway. I'm like, "Ooh, I can go nuts with the action here."
Yeah.
And then they took it even further than what I had scripted. And it's like, oh, I was still being kind of reserved. Oops. Look at him cook. Like, oh my God, dude, when Omega's coming out of that window and he drags the railgun across the ground to spin it up faster. Oh, love it. Love it. I mean, Shadow catching the missile, sending it back, teleporting it up just to slam dunk it. Love it. Oh my God. All of it. So much. So great. But aside from the glorious action bits, one of the biggest focuses I wanted in this, and one of the directives in general, was to better explore Shadow and Maria's relationship, because we know what it is.
Yeah.
But we hadn't really seen a lot of it in action. We were more told about it. We got a couple of cutscenes in SA2, but those were just the bare bones establishing the relationship. We didn't get to see them interacting. And on top of that, personally, the trope of the terminally ill best friend strikes a certain chord with me. And I wanted to actually showcase that with Maria, to actually show her being sick and what it means to be sick with a condition like that, and treat it with some sincerity for, anime people on a flying spaceship shaped like a face with an alien hybrid hedgehog bestie. As close as you can get.
I mean, sometimes the format is cartoony, but the story is serious. You could have it both ways.
With stuff like Sonic, as long as the characters in the world treat itself seriously.
Yes.
I mean, we can look from the outside and say this is ridiculous. But when they treat it with sincerity in their own world, that brings with it an inherent gravitas that I feel like resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah. For some reason, Sonic especially seems to really ride that line really well. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like the seriousness, the goofiness of just the overall look and feel of the world versus the seriousness that the story usually tends to take has been kind of interesting dichotomy there. That has worked.
And it was also a challenge walking that fine line of maintaining how Sega wants Shadow represented, but giving him some range and nuance. And I think the pinnacle of that is that last scene when he's in the rocket and he's thinking of what could have been. And God, Kirk's delivery on just those 2 words, stop it, gets me misty-eyed every time. There's just this sad hopelessness to it that you understand why he's fighting it down, but you know that's not healthy. And just those 2 words and that delivery, on point.
Awesome. All right. Well, we got a lot of super chats, so let's jump on over into the super chats. Starting with this one from Zach D. Starline's Isekai adventures continue. Starline ends up in the world of Speed Racer. How's it go? How does he interact with Speed and his family? And does he try to steal the Mach 5?
No, because he's going to figure he can build a superior race car and show these others how it's done and excel to fame and fortune, because he's a gifted enough pilot, all things considered. He's a technical genius, after all.
Is he, though?
I mean, if he can work alongside the Dr. Eggman, he can show these humans what a simple car can do. He'll have his own fancy racing outfit. He'll have his own stylized car. He'll be extremely aggressive on the racetrack. He'll be really nasty to Speed on the track. And then he'll get exactly what's coming to him. Speed wins, and the Isekai adventures continue.
Wow. Wow, Speed is going to kill him. Got it.
Not directly.
Okay.
It'll probably be 90% hubris on Starline's part.
Yeah, or maybe Racer X will kill him.
Maybe. Doesn't he can get the dignity of being taken out accidentally by the hero?
Yeah. Something like that.
Also, because it was asked, he will make a point of insulting every single member of the family on his way to the racetrack.
Of course. And on the racetrack, of course. He'll yell at them out the window.
Maybe that's the hubris. He's distracted, screaming obscenities while driving at 300 miles per hour.
Yes. Here's Lord Van Oscaro with a question. It's Halloween. Kit and Surge, plus Tails and Amy, end up having similar ideas. Both foxes are mad scientists, and the spiky gals are their creations. But Surge is Frankenstein's monster, while Amy is dressed like Rusty Rose. How does this go?
So Tails and Amy are having fun with it.
Yeah.
And Kit might get a little lost. No, actually, I was going to say Kit might get a little lost in the role, but he's going to be extremely uncomfortable given his history with mad scientists that fabricate living beings and give them commands.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a little on the nose.
He's not going to like this at all, but Surge, I guess, didn't think that all the way through and just thought it was a fun theme, so they're doing it.
Oh, no.
And Kit's not going to be able to tell her why, so he's just kind of going along with it, not happy. I mean, Surge is just walking around shooting volts from the bolts in her neck. You know, shocking children as she goes and laughing about it, picking up the candy that they drop.
Candy.
And then by the end of the day, she's like, you were miserable the whole night. You really brought down the mood. Why? And Kit explains, and she goes, oh, yeah, man, that's messed up. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't want to upset you. Well, I'm upset now. And meanwhile, Amy and Tails are just kind of looking from the side going, they need to go to therapy. This is not healthy. Should we share the candy? No, they already stole enough.
Yeah. Guys, asking your questions repeatedly does not make us answer them any faster. Just so you know. Frost the Hobbidon has a question. What are your thoughts on the Batman 2004 series with Rino Romano, Batman, and Kevin Richards Joker? I feel like it doesn't get much attention like Batman the Animated Series. I'm actually not familiar with this at all.
Yeah. If I see it, I might know it. Give me a second.
The Batman from 2004. I wasn't watching a lot of TV in 2004, so might be part
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
that one. I thought some of the design elements were neat. I especially liked their rendition of Bane. That was a really neat way to show his getting huge.
Okay, I have seen this a few times. I haven't seen any episodes of it, but I've definitely seen like screenshots and stuff of it before. Yeah.
The appropriately enough, the Batman versus Dracula special they had was kind of creepy in some places, actually, and pretty solid overall. It's not my favorite version of Batman, but from what I remember seeing, it was serviceable. And credit where it's due, they tried to do something different with it. Like I think this was the first one after the Kevin Conroy series. So the fact that they tried so hard to do something new and different is, a credit to them.
All right, here's one from OzJam. Growing up near a spooky night, along with a brooding hog with a past to fight, one must ask on a cast of Bumble Summary, what aspects of the Blue Blur's long lore do you find scary?
Nicely done. I mean, everything about Shadow's backstory is horrifying.
Not in a traditional way, but more of a, oh boy, that guy's been through some crap.
Cherry pick any of it. It's awful.
Yeah. Surge's backstory is not pleasant.
No, I mean, spent a year and a half on a zombie story. Metal Virus is appropriately spoopy, I think.
Yeah. Trying to think of like an old school Sonic stuff that was scary to me as a kid.
The drowning music.
The drowning music is pretty scary, yeah.
Or just navigating the Sandopolis pyramid as the lights are going out and the ghosts are getting more aggressive. The sand is filling up and that door is starting to close. And if you don't do this just right, you're going to die again and your out continues.
Yeah.
Although nothing is quite as dread-inducing as when another game comes out and somebody's going to start a review with Sonic had a rough transition into 3D.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh no. I also hated like the Sonic CD boss music, the US.
Yeah.
I think that might be one of the scariest things as far as like when I was a kid. Like this is not pleasant. This is not good. I don't like this.
Especially with that hidden screen with the human-faced Sonic. Ugh.
Oh no, yeah, no. The fun is infinite Sonic. Yeah, no. I didn't like the super buff Sonic either. That was freaky.
I thought that was funny.
I mean, it's weird, but with that music though, it's like
yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
You're not ready for it.
And also, yeah, I like, yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. No, thank you. Here's a question from Scruffy Matt. In Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow Chaos controlled himself and Rouge from Prison Island to the Ark. So why did they need a rocket to get there in Dark Beginnings?
I'm pretty sure the implication is that he teleported them out of the vault and then time passed and they used Eggman's teleporter at the base to do that. Because, we don't see Eggman going to his base as the island blows up. Does that imply that he flew from the island just straight up? You're not going to see every single individual action per scene.
Yeah. Right, here's one from Scurvy Pirate Dog. Continuing from my last question on BumbleKast Live, where Vanilla was revealed to be Sonic's mom, how does it go when Vector learns this and tries to be Sonic's dad?
Hey there, kiddo. Could I interest you in a chili dog? Why do I feel like I'm being set up for some kind of sting operation? I'm trying to have a bonding moment here. You're really creeping me out, Vector. Quit it. And then he starts realizing, well, Tails is like his little brother, so that's 2 more on the list. Oh, God, now he's got to look at 3 kids.
Oh, no.
He can't afford this. Maybe he's got to reorganize the priorities.
4 kids. He's got 4 kids.
Who else are you counting? Oh, I guess Charmy.
Charmy, yeah. He's got 4 kids. Yeah.
What about cheese and chocolate? Are they pets? Do they count? How much do they eat? Do they go to school? Oh my God, daycare's gonna bankrupt me.
Yeah. 4 kids. It was foreshadowing for Vector's 4 kids. What about Gemerald? Is Gemerald one of Vector's kids, technically?
I'm counting him as a home appliance. Victor, why are you doing your taxes as if you're already married? I need to get ahead of this. There's a lot of numbers.
Yeah. All right, Oscar the Bearcat has a question. The Battlebird Armada return as sky ghosts. They now hunt the skies, targeting anyone in their hunt for 1 miles per hour, but are unable to touch the earth without disintegrating. How would you work this into the story and or gameplay?
So, I missed the first little bit. Sky ghosts?
Yeah, the Battlebird Armada returns as sky ghosts. They now hunt the skies, targeting anyone in their hunt for miles per hour, but are unable to touch the earth without disintegrating. It's an interesting
All right, well,
thing.
Then the Battlelord is going to absolutely become Davy Jones out of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Because, can't touch land and all that. And I just want an excuse to write that character, really.
Yeah.
That'd be a neat visual, ghost ships just drifting through the sky, materializing out of clouds at any point. How do you fight ghost airships? That's a neat idea. I don't know how to do that off the top of my head.
As a ghost buster, of course.
I mean, does it mean that their ghost munitions can actually damage the ground? Or do they disintegrate as soon as they hit? Tentacle-faced Battlelord comes out. Bomb never won on the surface below. And it's just like piff, 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 piff. I did not think this plan through.
No.
Do you fear death? Not from you, buddy, because you can't touch us.
Let's have Tails call up his buddy Luigi. He knows how to deal with ghosts.
Yo, Tails on the piloting tornado, Luigi riding the wings with the poltergust. I'd play it.
I'd play the hell out of that. Luigi and Tails' mansion. I'm ready. Here's a question from KB. Big the Cat goes on a fishing trip with Suze from Gravity Falls and Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales 2017. How does this meeting of the gods go?
Super laid back, very chill. They're all bros at the very start of it all.
Yep.
And nothing crazy happens.
Nothing bad happens. Nope.
Like that crashed UFO over there, they don't know anything about it. That eldritch creature that's somehow fitting inside the fishing cooler. Nah, it's just one thing that caught. Don't worry about it. It'll make great sashimi, I'm sure.
Yep. They accidentally saved the world and they weren't even trying.
Mm-hmm. They didn't even leave the dock.
No.
Like they all cast at the same time, managed to pull the unholy demon lord coming from the sky and drown it in the lake.
Perfect. Sounds like a heck of a fishing trip to me. And we got a question from Morless. Ruff and Tumble get teleported back 50 years to the Space Colony Ark, and Maria decides to adopt them into the family. How deep is Shadow's suffering?
Oh,
Big oof.
he would not like them at all.
But she would love
Turns
them.
out oh, absolutely. And Maria's the type of person that she would actually make them good. Like, not even like trying to moralize them. They would just want to be better people for her sake. And hilariously, they are the ones that accidentally launch Shadow out of the capsule. It's no heartfelt goodbye on Maria's part.
Yeah.
But the gun soldiers still succeed. And so they vow revenge. And 50 years later, you have these extremely old, rough and tumble freeing Shadow from the gun base. They're the ones who hired Eggman this time. They needed someone to bust him in. And they're really kind of put out that he doesn't remember them. Like, come on. They played squash on the Ark like twice. and they totally won.
Of course.
Yeah, as long as you don't remember stuff. Yeah, they won both games.
Uh-huh. They won the whole time. They won them all. All right. And we got this one from Vineclad. Given the memes that already have made it into the previous movies, what is the likelihood we get Eggman's announcement in Sonic 3?
I honestly don't know. But perhaps if it's truncated and modified.
I figure he'd probably be
50-50.
like, I've come to make an announcement. That would be it. That would be the only bit of reference we get.
Which, that would be enough for me.
Yeah. No references to Obama. Nothing about the moon.
I don't know. It's Jim Carrey. I could see him, looking out the window of the moon, then looking directly at the camera and saying, "It's a lovely moon. It'd be a shame if something happened to it."
True. All right, let's go ahead and move back to some standard questions for a bit. This one's from Katsari Station. What if Sonic, Tails, and Amy had the same mindset that Lanolin has on the restoration and how to deal with Eggman? How different would their dynamic be like having one aspect of her personality?
If they had Lanolin's outlook from the get-go, there wouldn't really be a restoration.
And there wouldn't be an Eggman. Eggman would be gone.
Yeah. he would have been gone circa Sonic 1. Like, Sonic just would have taken him out and scrapped Brain, and that'd be it.
Yeah. I mean, as he should have, to be honest, but
I mean, even being gracious and saying that he thought, okay, well, I defeated him. I don't need to really follow up. By Sonic 2 with the Death Egg launch? Nah.
Yeah, no.
He would have taken care of business, and Tails, if we're assuming he's in the same mindset, would have nodded along going, that's very pragmatic.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, wait, no, Sonic CD happened before that. So.
Did it?
Yeah.
I thought Sonic CD was... Wait, hold on. What timeline shenanigans are happening? Are you sure you're allowed to say this?
Yeah, Origins established it.
Okay. I guess so. Okay.
But, Sonic was distracted rescuing Amy from Little Planet as it flew off. So maybe Eggman just got away there.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll stick with that.
Okay. I did play Origins. I didn't remember CD getting moved, but yeah, I guess it did.
I'm pretty sure that's how
it's been moved back and forth so many times. I don't know anymore.
Well, this is why we have a team to monitor this. We can always go back and double check.
Honestly, it makes a lot more sense being after 1 than it did after 3 and Knuckles, but what do I know? I'm just here. People seem to think I'm in charge or something. I'm not in charge of anything. I'm barely in charge of myself. Happy Times has a question. Surge is invited to talk to a bunch of kids as their hero, and she agrees without any more details. Then she finds there's another guest, Sonic, and the theme is anti-bullying. How does it go?
Now, they get about 5 minutes in before Surge just absolutely loses it on him about it. You're one to talk about bullying. You and your sanctimonious little speech to me. And he's like, you grabbed me by the face and dragged me off to beat me to death. What do you want me to say? Good job?
Yes.
You have no idea what trauma I've been through. No, because you didn't tell me. You just said, I'm going to kill you and replace you. What do you want me to say? Okay?
Yes. Yes, she does.
You're not supporter of me. Well, you came back and I gave you a second chance. Or is that third at this point? Yeah, you tried to electrocute me that one time. What do you want from me?
I'm going to do it again if you don't shut up.
It's just so cool. Fight, 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 fight. So I was like, this is not the message we're trying to convey. It is now. All right, fine.
It's the convention.
I'll give you what you want because apparently I never have before.
It's the message I'm trying to convey, damn it. Oh, man. Oh, man. I love Surge. She's a terrible person, but, you know, it's fine. All right, Dog with Sunglasses is the question. If they had to give the Chaos Emeralds a limit, which one do you like more? They can turn 7 people super at once, since there's 7 emeralds, or they have enough juice to turn the entire planet super. I don't mean everyone on the planet becomes super. I mean we go from planet to super planet.
That's how Frontier should have ended.
Yeah,
Super planet.
Super planet.
The end.
Yeah, super planet versus giant end moon.
I love the idea of everyone getting a super form all at once just for one grand golden huzzah. But you need more than just the emeralds for that. That needs to be something one time only, super special circumstances.
It's a super spirit bomb.
Yeah. Turning 7 people at once, yeah, maybe. I feel like that is a lot of super people, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Supersonic alone is already a big deal. And having 3 supers running around at once fights off, time-altering gods. 7? That's a lot.
What if it's just the planet gets a golden bubble?
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, oh. That's it? That's all we get?
The sky turns yellow. Eggman's looking to the moon and goes, I missed.
No, Ian Flynn. How dare you, sir? How could you do this? How could you say these things?
I'm tired. My filter's not really up
Okay.
to 100%.
Oh, good. Good. Metal Skulkbane has a question. Lock microwave a baby, sure, but what if his vision came true? If God Mode Knuckles was required to stop Dr. Ian Droid, would that make him technically, sorta, kinda, a little bit justified?
There's the debate. Do the ends justify the means?
Yeah.
Does playing mad scientist with his own genetics and violating the trust and authority of his partner and his forefathers and their society in general, and toying with godly powers and a whole list of bad things, is it okay because it stopped a greater threat in the end? There's a larger debate there. I'm not prepared to have it myself, but I do think it would be at least an interesting thing to investigate. I mean, it ain't gonna happen now, but I don't think it was ever going to. But the idea, at least, is interesting.
Yeah. Here's one from Bone Needle. Black Market Chow showed up again in Isekai Ogiri, but this is a rare appearance. Have Chow that can speak been restricted? Perhaps similar to how humans have not been fitting the brand? Humans are kind of back-ish. To be fair.
Ish. Where is the what's the reference for this black market chow?
Black Market Chow in Isekai Ogiri.
Oh, right. I don't know how much that counts.
I mean, we'll see, won't we? Eventually, at some
honestly
point, maybe.
Don't really know how canon that is and what black market chow is. But in general, no chow, no talkie talk. They just bibble babble. They bakuba.
Yeah. Cream knows what they're saying, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She lived with them.
Yes.
Molded by them. She was already a playable character before you even met the chow.
Cream's been
I
a
don't
playable
remember
character
either.
since before half this fan base was even born.
God, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that is a little terrifying. D Guy has a question. How do you think Gerald would have felt about Ivo if the two knew each other now? You can choose pre or post arc incident. It's neat that the movie seemed to be going through with this, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be neat to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
And that's not a hashtag knowing smile. I don't know. I'm not involved with the movies. If we're talking pre-psychotic break, I think he would be disappointed to have so much genius and initiative and use it purely for selfish and destructive things. Gerald would not approve. He'd be ashamed that this is what his lineage has led to. Post-psychotic break, kind of depends on what state his mind is in any given time, because I feel like he had his angry moments and then he had his fearful moments where he realized just how far he'd gone, and then it wasn't really sticking, and then he wasn't there anymore. So
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and switch back over to some super chats. This one's from Trang. All right, Ian, what exactly is the time eater? If you can't say, will that ever be explored?
it's a big spooky time eating ghosty thing.
It's a big monster that eats time. I mean, what it's literally what its name is. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward to me. Tristan has a question. Shadow, with his new squid powers, runs by a gauntlet of every Splatoon story campaign. How does he do, and how screwed are all the villains? Octavio, Hypnoshades Callie, Tartar, Grizz, and Order/Smollusk.
He just destroys them all.
I mean, yeah, Shadow just kind of just walks into Splatoon world and just absolutely wrecks everybody and just leaves.
I mean, Octavia's not going to get a second album. I mean, he gets to Callie and just, simply stops her and like glares down and goes, "That one's for Marie," and moves on without explaining.
He doesn't say. He doesn't explain it.
No.
I'm just like, Marie. Refuses to elaborate, yes.
I mean, Range is on the sidelines going, "Yeah, you better."
This is what you wanted, isn't it, Marie? She's like,
"The
yes.
chance for your sister to get her act together. Come on."
And she's like,
She put those shades on again because they looked cool and ridiculous.
And then he puts on the shades and zaps away.
He could salmon run. He'd be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. Absolutely just, oh no. Oh boy. Yeah. He just shows up, blows everything up, mentions Marie, leaves, and refuses to elaborate. Yes. That's exactly what happens.
He shows up for the big finale or he shows up at the next Splatfest rather, and Callie Marie are doing calamari incantation, and he's there on stage, but he's just kind of like nodding his head to the bop.
He's just
He
hanging
doesn't
out.
actually dance or sing.
He's just hanging out there. People start screaming, but he's just there. He's not doing anything.
And somehow those stripes are pulsing with the colors of the event. I don't know how or why. Shadow, care to explain? Ultimate life form. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I want Shadow to just cast you the most serious, death glare and go, woo me. Yes.
Yes. Good. Geo Knuckles has a question. From the last question, what does Knuckles think of Starfire and Raven from the Teen Titans 2003 show? I ask because they're my favorite characters. Okay. So from the original Teen Titans cartoon, not Teen Titans Go.
Well, that's what we answered last time.
I think that is what we did. Yeah,
I am not referencing Teen Titans Go in characterization of the slightest. Come on now. It's a fun enough show for what it is, but that is not remotely what people think of when it comes to those characters.
Yeah. Well, we just weren't sure. We weren't sure. We were confused because I'm like 99% sure Starfire and Raven aren't in the Harley Quinn show.
Right. But when I answered that one, it was in the context of the Toon Titans, as folks call it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to wildcard photography. Drogoon, will there be a digital release?
Probably. I got to see what the options are when it's finally put together and ready for print. The service I'm using, I think, offers a digital and physical version off the same file, but I will double check. If not, then I'll figure out my own digital option down the line.
Well, there you go.
And I was going to make this announcement formally at the start of the month, but while we're talking about it, Adam has landed a very cool gig, but unfortunately that eats up a lot of time. So to make sure that everything is done properly and formatted right and checking for typos and all that, we're looking at book 1 coming out spring 2025.
Okie dokie. Here's one from Blue4/Horseweave. Hey, BumbleKast, what would you say is a good idea for a cop movie? Lanolin as Judge Dredd, Whisper as RoboCop, or Tangle as Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop?
Well, the last one, obviously.
Why not all three?
Yeah, you can.
Why not all three in the same movie?
Not sure how you'd make that work necessarily, but...
you've done weirder crossovers and managed to make them work.
Fair enough. But no. It would be tricky, though, because, comics are a silent medium, and we know Tangle would be singing the theme song.
Tangle's going around singing the Crazy Frog version, of course. She's going ring ding 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 ring ding 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 ring ding 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 bop bop.
Also, Whisper gets the phrase a little wrong.
Yeah.
Dead, you're coming with me. Isn't there supposed to be another qualifier in there? No.
All
right.
And Landon's is like, you betray the law.
And how would all that floof fit under the helmet?
Don't question it, Ian Flynn.
Is there little ports in the back so that it's the floof coming out? Or is it just like the bullet shape on, and then you just hear this as she takes it off?
Yeah, exactly. How does Sonic wear a helmet?
Very carefully.
He has worn helmets multiple times. How does he wear a helmet?
Very carefully.
In the same way that Lanolin would also wear a helmet. Why not? Oh, man. It's science, Ian Flynn. Come on.
All right.
Can confirm.
Here's one from Bug. 'Tis the spooky season, so I ask, how do the witch carters celebrate Halloween? Or does their boss hate it and its depiction of witches?
No, she makes them get like the absolute cheapest dollar store costumes and, go to the various houses trick or treating. But when they answer the door, they just say trick and like rob the house and bring everything to Witch Cart, which is the treat.
That is the treat. Truly a treat. All right, here's one from LOZ fan and Knuckles. About Tangle's stretchy powers. Is Oliver stretchy or just her tail? Is she extra, not superhumanly, flexible on the rest of her body? My main question is, can Tangle turn her head around 180 degrees?
Not without lots of stretches first. No. Only stretchy thing is the tail. The rest of her is limber because she is very acrobatic, but not in any kind of superhuman or extra sort of way.
No, she's sadly not werehoggy enough. Only her tail is. And we got one from Onyxodon. Which DC villain do you think would mash up with Starline? Music Meister, Brainiac, maybe even the deadly Condiment King?
Music Meister, I see him getting along with the best. Because honestly, they're both showstoppers.
And even then, I don't know if Starline would work with anybody for an extended period.
Music Meister, I think he'd last the longest because they at least, perform together, but eventually he'd want the limelight for himself.
Yeah.
And Music Meister himself, let's be honest. And then they turn on each other. But for a while, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Condiment King will say for last. What was the other one?
Brainiac.
That's going to end disastrously for Starline because, of course, he can do this better than some dumb machine. And oh boy, Brainiac just will not tolerate this nonsense. And at best, Starline's stuck in a jar.
Yeah.
Retained digitally forever. Otherwise, no, the Isekai adventures come out in lightning speed. Condiment King, Starline's just gonna kind of look him over, study his gimmick for a second, think, and go, I can fix him. And about trying to do the hardcore reimagining to make him an actual A-tier lethal villain. And it works. And Condiment King's like, the only thing in this world that knows my weakness now is you.
Uh-oh.
And to a copious amount of horseradish, the Isekai adventures continue.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And we got one from Joe M. Does Sonic remember Sonic 06?
There's material that points to yes, there's material that points to no. So can't really confirm yay or nay here and now.
Not now, maybe later though.
I mean, he shouldn't, but who knows?
He died. He got better. Yes. Yeah, but he died. Oh,
he's just pining for the fjords.
Oh, that guy died. Mr. Wahoo77 has a question. I know you said Sonic gets stronger every second, but that stops at super forms. It's weird to imagine Blue Sonic over Solaris.
Did I say that?
I don't know if you ever said like he gets stronger every second. I don't know.
Did I say it seriously or was I being facetious?
Yeah, well, we take everything you say seriously on this show, Ian Flynn. You know that.
That's a fool's errand.
Everything is canon, Ian.
Yeah, everything's canon.
Maybe that was the previous writers who said that. Apparently, not you.
I can't validate that, and I'm certainly not going to chase the power level debate. It's not fun. I don't like it.
No.
Speculating and for funsies, sure. but trying to actually quantify it and
Yeah.
shore it up with evidence, nah. No. Just enjoy the blue hedgehog that goes fast.
Yeah.
He stops the spoopy purple ghost from eating all of time by go fast. That's as hard a science as we're going to get with this.
There's a lot of arguments about Sonic defeating Perfect Chaos as without being super in Generations, and it's like Generations was weird. Don't think about it too hard. There's a lot of timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly nonsense going on in that game. Don't try to quantify it too hard. And here's one from Godzilla. Team Dark is on a Costco run. The reason why is irrelevant. So how does it go? What do you think they will buy? And is Omega sad he cannot purchase ammo in bulk?
Yes, he is.
He's very sad.
We do not need 7 salmon fillets. You do not eat that anyway. I'm just here for the toilet paper. It's exorbitant at the grocery store. Meanwhile, Rouge has the new coffee maker and the new vacuum cleaner and 3 different phone plans because the boys keep losing theirs.
Yeah, of course.
And oh, look, the garden season stuff is out here already. It's February. Well, you might as well buy it now so you have it when the season starts. You have nowhere to store it. You don't even live here. Why am I even with you? Because you have the membership. Why do you have the membership anyway? Maria would have wanted.
Maria wanted the Costco membership.
Who buys 18 toothbrushes? Seriously.
Yep.
Why can I not use the rebate coupon at the self-checkout? I will kill you all.
Who gets the $1.50 hot dog?
Well, they all do, because, I mean, come on, that's a great deal.
I know.
It's a hot dog, too.
Yeah.
You don't even eat. I would be a fool to pass this up.
You can't judge me. I do what I want. And we got one from Sleepy. Tangles gets a baseball bat. What happens?
She has a baseball bat. She plays baseball.
Does she, though?
She holds the baseball at the end of her tail and hits it as far as she can, and it comes right back so she can hit it again, and it comes right back so she hits it again. She's entertained for hours.
As long as she's wearing the gamer hat while she does so.
She's using it as a cane. She's playing pool with it. She air guitars with it. She has a new best friend. She loves this baseball bat.
Wow, baseball
Pretends
bat.
it's a variable Wisbon. It's just a grand old time.
Wow, baseball bat, you're my best friend. Whisper looks at that baseball bat. Just glares at it. How dare you? DDR Master M has a question. Get a load of this Halloween special body swap because it's no use trying to stop it now. Eggman and Silver, have fun.
Eggman with that level of psychic power is terrifying.
Yeah.
Because not only is he going to be able to pilot a mech, but whatever Sonic knocks off of it, he can pull it right back and use it as a projectile. Like, that thing doesn't run out of fuel as long as he's got brain juice.
Of course.
And now I'm having flashbacks of when I was playing 06 and I got to the Silver Sonic boss fight as Silver, having nightmare flashbacks of trying to win as Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
And laughing until I was crying because I just picked up all the patio furniture and just rapid fire nailed Sonic into the floor. That was the funniest thing in the world. So, I mean, if Eggman can literally lift anything within his line of sight and throw it at Sonic, he's going to be in trouble, man. Like, Eggman's going to be able to calculate the angles on the fly. This is... Ugh. Like, he will literally do the 06 glitch of grab Sonic and just throw him into orbit.
Good. Let's be honest. Good.
Meanwhile, Silver is very distraught over being completely terrestrial. And he's from the future, and he's looking at all of Eggman's stuff going, I don't know how any of this retro stuff works. Touch interface? Are you serious?
I'm just trying to imagine Silver with Silver, Eggman's lines coming out of Silver's face. And Silver's lines coming out of Eggman's face. That's pretty funny. The retro stuff. Yeah. How do
Don't rest now, boys. Those were just the easy ones.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha!
Yes. Yes. Frozen Apple Juice has a question. Starline Isekai time! Starline gets transported to the world of Puyo Puyo. How good of a Puyo player is he, and what does he do to get the Dark Prince to send him to the next Isekai?
I'm not really familiar with the Puyo Puyo lore, to be honest.
But I'm sure he would get crushed by Puyos.
Probably at some point.
Kind of his thing.
I imagine he'd be all right at first. You know, it's very simple matching. He's got the intellect. He can figure it out. But then he's going to get overconfident and try to, like, stack in advance. Like, he's going to do a 20 chain. He's going to get everything meticulously laid out. So when that perfect Puyo drops, he's going to obliterate you. He just needs that perfect one to drop. Perfect one. Anytime now. He just needs a blue. Come on.
Yeah. Never does. Never does. Oh. No. And we got one from Brainstorm 2002. What would Big the Cat be like in Sad AM? Exactly the same, because Big the Cat is the same in every universe.
I mean, that's what I would prefer.
He is truly a godlike being. I mean, what do you want?
I think that joke would work.
Yes.
But I admit, if we're going to be literal, if he was in Sad AM,
yeah,
he probably would be a little more talkative. I imagine with something of a lazy drawl. And would be mostly a background character in the one season, and then in the next season would be going on active missions with them for inexplicable reasons.
All of a sudden, he's a freedom fighter, and it's like, what? How did that happen? We already had that one guy, Cat. Now we had to have Big the Cat. Yeah, that's probably how it would go. But I'd prefer it if he were just, he were just Big the Cat, like how he always is. Big the Cat is always the same.
What would be nice if he was just kind of like the resident fisherman that everybody just kind of knew?
Yeah.
And you would have like a segment per episode where the character du jour is having their personal crisis, and they go and they talk to him about it. And as they talk to him, they figure it out on their own, and he's just kind of fishing. And they come away with it, renewed or figured out and just confident again. And thanks, Big. You always know what to say. You're welcome.
Nice.
Or maybe not make him entirely one-sided. Maybe he has like the very simple pearl of wisdom that breaks through the overcomplicated analysis.
Yes.
My point is he's wholesome.
All right, let's go ahead and switch back to some standard questions for a little bit. Here's one from Just a Penguin. Charmy asks for Rouge's help for flying lessons. Are the Chaotix just too broke to scam anything worthwhile from? What happens?
Yeah, that's the punchline. Like, she's like, oh, sure, I'll teach you everything I know. Here's my hourly rates. Here's the contract binding you. And she pads out the time and goes to collect, and sorry, they've already defaulted on every credit card. Also, legally speaking, he's a minor, so he can't sign anything contractual. We could take you in for fraud. Or we could just cut all our losses here now. What do you say, Toots?
Oh no.
For once, the Chaotix get a win.
Wow. Rare Chaotix W. Comic the Hedgehog has a question. Shadow has a new partner, and their name is Dark Rider. That's right, Shadow is dating his motorcycle. Since the stories always end in tragedy, how will this relationship lead to heartbreak?
They're driving down the long and dusty desert road when he runs out of gas.
No!
So he's just going to have to hoof it to the next town to get enough gas to get it the rest of the way. He'll be back, he promises. And so he skates away, really wishing he had that chaos airbolt, because chaos control would make this a whole lot faster. And when he comes back, Dark Rider is gone. Stolen, impounded, taken by a skinwalker. We don't know, and we never will. All he knows is they're gone.
Didn't we already do one where Sonic took it and painted it blue?
That sounds familiar. That's also an option. Shadow just kicks in the door. You.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello.
Give her back. I don't know what you're talking about. Come to find out, it's not even the same model of motorcycle. He was just jumping to conclusions.
Yeah. The bed is empty without Dark Rider. MSP Nova has a question. Belle and Shadow are technically related. How would you picture them in a scenario where they talk with each other in a Robotnik family gathering, where they purposely distance themselves from it?
It's going to be awkward no matter what, because Belle is a little skittish around the dark, violent, brooding individual, and Shadow is about as personable as rope burn.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, any sort of interaction with Shadow is kind of awkward anyway.
But out of the family gathering in general, he's the closest thing to relatable. At least she knows he's not going to try to destroy her or try to take her over, convert her to the Eggman Empire. So she'll stay within his proximity because at least it's safer there.
Yeah. He's an okay guy despite everything.
This is kind of awkward, right? Yes. Can I just stick close to you for safety's sake? If you don't say anything. Oh, my gears and starters. Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Did you know my horn? Did you know my nose honks like a horn? Mine too. Really? Shush.
Don't if you tell anybody, I will kill you.
Why would you tell me this secret? Because no one would believe you. You are evil.
Nah, Sonic would try to honk his nose if Belle told him. He'd be like, "Really?" And then all he would do is try to honk Shadow's nose for the rest of their lives.
Boom Sonic, right?
Yeah. No, real Sonic. Normal Sonic. Yeah. He's really trying to honk his nose forever. Yeah. All right, Shonen Boys has a question. Sonic, Amy, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow go to Little Planet together for a vacation. Which zones do each of them go to?
I mean, where's actually kind of nice and relaxing beyond Palm Tree Panic? Even with that name in mind, it's the only actual nice coastal area. I mean, Collision Chaos, I guess, has that kind of
Collision Chaos is a fun casino area.
Yeah, casino. Thank you.
Bouncy zone. Someone could have
But,
fun there
like,
at least, but
Metallic Madness, Wacky Workbench. Well, I guess Tails would like to look around Wacky Workbench. See how
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
works.
Just be careful. Don't be standing on the ground when it lights up.
I mean,
Although he
Amy
can
wants
fly,
to.
so
Yeah. Amy wants to enjoy Stardust Speedway, but she has some bad memories of that.
yeah.
And some good ones, but that was kind of more at the end.
Yeah.
When she wasn't tied to a pole.
Let's see. Knuckles is in Quartz Quadrant because of course he is.
Yeah, all right.
That makes some sense, He'd want to look around there and explore and
Do some digging, look
do
for some
digging.
shiny stones.
Yeah. Would Shadow hang out in Metallic Madness? What do you want to
I
go
mean, both of you
turn?
to assume he would willingly go on a vacation with these four anyway.
Well, he's bored. Yeah. Shadow sits around a lot in his cave at home. I mean, let him get out once in a while. I'm being told not to read the first sentence of this next question, so I'm going to read it extra hard. This one's from Normal Person. What is up, you skibbity sigmas? What's to stop Marine from making a giant Beyblade with use of a saw blade and a chainsaw?
Aside from adult supervision, nothing.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes some sense to me. Matt Mobius has a question. Hypothetical headcanon question. Do you think Shadow knows when Maria's birthday is? What do you think he gets up to on that day? Thank you so much for your work on Shadow Generations, by the way. I adored it.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed. Yes, he would know, and I think he would just be somber.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pure headcanon fannery. Maybe nowadays he swings by the commander's office and they share a drink. Don't say anything, and then he leaves.
Boy. All right, Oric the cat has a question. Hey Ian, where does the power of the invincible item box come from?
The item box.
The friends we made along the way, obviously.
I mean, you bop open the box and then you got the power. So clearly it comes from the box.
What's in the box? The invincibility power up is in the box. There you go.
From the same manufacturers that fill boxes with Eggman Hurty essence, I guess.
Oh. I think any essence of Eggman is hurty. Danger. All right, let's do some super chats again. Here's one from Damnimals BP. You finally managed to canonize the Freedom Fighters. However, they are twist villains, with Sally being a secretly unwavering force, wanting to rule with an iron fist as an empress. Who fights who, and how does Sonic deal with Sally?
All right, so they're the strike squad for the imperialistic kingdom of Acorn.
Yep.
And they're incredibly successful because they are such an organized group of normies with abilities.
They're Mobians, Ian. They are Mobians because
all right.
they are, I mean, yes, they've always been Mobians. Don't take this.
All right, fine.
They're
invaders from the planet Mobius.
Don't take this from me. No, okay. Well, now we're just getting stupid.
We were like that an hour ago, sir.
We're like that 30-something years ago. Sonic the Hedgehog. It's been that way the whole time.
You gotta have Tails and Rotor in a battle of wits. BattleBot style, who has the better tech.
Yeah.
Bunny and Amy, the superior tech versus the hammer and just the unstoppable wills. And they're both kind of the heart of their teams. So they're both giving it their all for the sake of everybody else. A lot of chutzpah in that one.
Yeah.
Knuckles and Antoine. Because Antoine has something to prove and Knuckles has a fool to put down.
Yeah.
Sally and Sonic. She is deploying all of the Mobian invasion forces with expert tactical finesse, and Sonic is driving her up the wall because he just runs through it.
Yeah.
Like, how? No, she's planned all this. She has countermeasures for the countermeasures, and all he's doing is going fast. That makes no sense. It's so frustrating. Eggman's over there stirring his tea, going, "Tell me about it, sister."
Yeah. 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 Eggman's just like sitting this one out. Yep. Told ya. That stupid hedgehog and his stupid handsome face. Yeah, here's one from Cameron D. It's not a question. Just wanted to say congratulations on the success of Shadow Generations. Hope you're happy with how it turned out and how the fans love it, myself included. Give yourself a pat on the back. You earned it.
Thank you very much.
You better be patting your backy in right now.
Let me stretch a little. There we go.
Oh no, don't overdo it.
But yeah, 1 million units sold day one. That ain't bad at all.
No, that's not. I'm kind of shocked. Like, wow.
Well, with this marketing campaign, I would be a little surprised if it didn't do that well, actually.
I mean, they have been going hard, yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. All right, Doomed Gundam has a question. Love the release of Ian X Kyle Alterations. Was not expecting Ian to partner up with an alternate version of himself that writes Mario comics. How did you manage to defeat the Space Muncher?
Well, first we avoided all the homing shots.
Yeah.
And then we evaded a few more homing shots. And then we used the real superpower of teamwork.
Uh-huh. Good.
Kyle, you were over there having some kind of poignant reunion with a lost loved one fighting space aliens. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't either, to be fair. JCR1216 has a question. Tangle is always wearing athletic tape and those cheddar cheese blocks on her hands. Does she have some sort of wrist problem?
Well, when you punchy that much, you need extra support.
Yes. She needs, a little bit of. She's got to keep her fists, straight. She's got to keep her fists good. She needs those. She needs those wrists.
I do a lot of punchy lately. I should fix that.
Yeah, you should. Even though you don't write the comics anymore. Okay, you do sometimes.
I'm sorry. I forgot to follow that up with #knowing smile.
Oh. Kid with the Coat has a question. There's been another big debate on Japanese Sonic and American Sonic. Folk think the two regions have no communication. What I want to know is, does Sega of Japan have no influence in the making on current Sonic games or lore?
That is the stupidest take I've ever heard. I'm not laying that at your feet. I'm not calling you stupid. Let me be clear.
Yes.
But to say that there is no communication between Sonic Pillar Japan and Sonic Pillar America or Sonic Pillar Europe is the most asinine, brain dead, baseless assumption. I'm not going to try to be polite here. That's stupid.
Well, I mean, we know that the two regions had communication issues back in the 90s, but you know, that was 30 years.
90s,
That was
it's
30.
2024.
That was 30 years ago. Things are a bit different now.
Good Lord.
The game, like most of the games are made in Japan. What do you want?
I personally worked with both Sega America and Sega Japan on Sonic Shadow Generations and all the material around it. But come on.
Come
I'm
on.
not involved. Get out of here.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Tell them how you really feel, Ian Flynn.
No, I probably went a little too off the cuff there.
A little too hard, but you know what? It's worth it. Well, this one's gonna get spread around, but that's okay. Buttered Noodles has a question. With the release of Rivals 2, how would Loxodont and Mammoth Mogul interact?
Oh, man.
Rivals of Aether 2, to be specific.
Yeah.
Not Sonic Rivals 2. That came out 20-something years ago, I think. Nearly.
And if you don't know what Rivals of Aether 2 is, very briefly, very oversimplified.
It's the
Furry
sequel.
Smash Brothers.
It's the sequel to Rivals of Aether, obviously.
Well, that as well, yes. But it's really pretty. It's on Steam right now. All future DLC content is free. You know, you pay for it now, you get everything later. The cosmetics are purchasable, but you know, you can earn them as well. Anyway, I don't think Loxodont would have the patience for Mogul. Like, Mogul would try to swagger and use his big words and be really impressive and domineering. And Loxodont, he's going to roll with it because he's a smart cookie. But he's going to find the earliest opportunity to bury that axe in Mogul's head.
Yeah.
Like, he is not going to suffer this guy any longer than he absolutely has to.
That makes some sense. I wouldn't want to suffer with Mammoth Mogul any longer than I'd have to either, to be fair. Chaos Dust and Steam has a question. May I ask, did you guys improve the audio quality of the BumbleKast in recent years? When I started binge watching the entire cast in about a month, I noticed that in July 2022, the audio improved.
Yep, got better equipment. Kyle,
Yep.
I think you upgraded wholesale.
I did. Let's see. I forget what year it was. One year Christmas, I think I did some. Got a new audio interface, but yeah, we've gone through a few different iterations of the audio of this show. So yeah, it's changed over time. You go back and listen to the early ones. Yeah, it don't sound great. But, you know, I've always tried to make sure to focus on keeping the audio decent and improving it over time. So I'm glad you noticed. Let's move on to this one from Sonic Mania 2099. In the updated Sonic Generations, Knuckles, talking with Classic Sonic, is replaced with a line claiming Classic Sonic ate Angel Island. Why was this in here?
That I can't talk about really. Suffice to say, that was not the intended implication.
But it is funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just that. Yeah.
Not what it was supposed to be, but yeah. But very funny. Sonic, why did you eat Angel Island? How could you do that? All right, the Shadow Emperor has a question. Are Ix's magics and other forms of magical powers accessible to anyone in Archie Sonic? Could, say, Eggman learn techno magic if he were so inclined?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Jeffrey did, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it might have been the only restriction is like some would be more inclined to different elements or the very nature of it, the same way, some folks are more inclined to sing or to dance or to play sports, but I think anyone would technically be able to study and harness it.
yeah.
I don't think we had like only those of wizarding blood could do it or whatever.
No. Luckily not. All right, here's one from Magical Fox. What would a united universe look like? Sad AM, Underground Adventures of Sonic X, and games, as if all these continuities were a huge timeline.
No, please.
A little difficult to fit
Don't
all the
make me do
pieces
that.
together. I mean, I was going to say you kind of did, but Archie Sonic just took elements of stuff and incorporated it into its own. It didn't really, like, make everything canon, literally.
No.
It's very
Post-boot
different.
Archie Sonic was still very much its own thing.
Yes.
It was just game is like the base, and then a little bit of Sad AM and Little Adventures of with all the corners sanded off and wedged into place.
You pulled in elements from pretty much everywhere that you could.
Yeah. So a unified universe multi-thing would probably have to be that.
Yeah.
Game foundation, and then the core elements of the others made to fit otherwise. Pure headcanon approach myself, I think it's easier just to say they're all part of the shatter space now. They coexist, they coexist, but they don't intermingle, and thus they're valid, but we don't have to ever worry about it again. That's how I would do it, but that ain't up to me.
All right, here's one from Twilord. And here it assumed the Commander was Theodore Commander, and Shadow the was a tribute. What characters would be Theron, Terry, Thelma, and Theodosia?
I am missing a reference.
Twilord, you're once again making some sort of reference or joke that is going over our heads. We are not smart enough. We're not on your level of intelligence. We can't handle it. I'm not sure what you're talking about. The Commander was Theodore Commander. Like the Commander? Twilord,
I'm assuming the joke is that The is just short for Theodore.
Yeah. The is short for full names. Yes. We understand that, but
I pick a character that has a TH, a V in there, and apply the name.
Let's see. We got, Shadow, the Sonic would be Sonic Theron Hedgehog. Maybe Knuckles is Knuckles Thelma Echidna. And Silver is Theodosia. Shadow Theodosia Hedgehog. There you go. Mr. Gamer 5409 has a question. Sonic and Eggman have a Freaky Friday. Can they swap back?
I mean, they have in every other instance it's happened.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say it's happened in Boom, and probably as few other times.
I know we've done this on the show in the past.
Oh yeah.
I feel like one answer we came up with is that Eggman gets so sick and tired of not being able to control the speed that he invents the inversion ray just to go back to his normal beautiful self.
Yeah. Probably. Bladed Fox 14 has a question. If Wile E. Coyote hired Fang to take out the Roadrunner, how would it go?
Envision everything that's happened to Wile E. Coyote but to Fang.
I was gonna say it wouldn't change anything really.
I mean, Vang's not relying on faulty Acme products. He's relying on his own gear, which is essentially just Acme products.
Just faulty Acme products, yes. Although, you know what?
Maybe that's the big reveal, is that he has been running on Acme tech this whole time.
I think faulty Acme products is a bit of an oxymoron. They're all faulty. You don't have to be. You don't have to specify. All right, Andrew Brown has a question. Eggman invades Middle-earth and Sauron surrenders to join Eggman. What happens?
Sorry, run that one again.
Eggman invades Middle-earth and Sauron surrenders to join Eggman. What happens?
Sauron surrenders to lowly Eggman?
I was going to say it seems a little backwards, unless it's like some sort of like, you know, Sauron is, you know, actually going to betray him, obviously.
Although now I'm imagining a big mechanical version of Barad-dûr with a big digital eye.
It's pretty freaking cool, not going to lie.
I mean, Eggman does have a few lines of robots that are that single eye.
Yeah.
So now they're all like these Barad-dûr bots. Eggman meets Aragon at the gates with his metal Sauron.
Dr. Sauroman.
Behold, Sonic, my fighting metal Urukai.
You got the red eye from Sonic 3, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one ring that makes you go super instead of makes you go invisible. Sauron.
You got orcs marching into battle in egg pawn armor.
Yeah. Be kind of ridiculous, but also pretty cool.
Gondor calls for aid, so he sends out mechanical storm clouds to put out all the beacon fires.
Yep. Makes sense to me. All right, Spin Speed has a question. What if Shadow, Rouge, and Omega became roommates? What would happen? Let's say they aren't already.
We just did this.
Yeah.
We just did this on the BumbleKast this month, last month?
It was sometime recently, yes. Where like, yeah, they yes. Shadow and Omega draw a line have to split half of the apartment, but Omega's room is on Shadow's side.
And Rouge is tired of this and just goes back to Club Rouge. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Make sure to check out the Q&A master list. We answer a lot of questions.
Yeah. And that's why they went to Costco earlier. They had to stock up. Signer Dragon 123 has a question. If Maria came across Sonic while in white space, how would you handle that kind of interaction?
They'd get along great.
I think they would, yeah.
Are you one of Shadow's friends? And Sonic's like, who's asking? Oh, you're Maria. Yeah, I'm Shadow's bestie.
I'm Shadow's best friend, obviously.
She's like, oh, that's so nice. He needs supportive friends, especially with the honks. And Sonic's like, I beg your pardon. Oh, he didn't tell you. No, I haven't experienced that myself. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah. And we got this one here from Hydrix Aquatic, or Silver Mudkips. We got Sonic Says, but now it's time for Surge Says. What sort of lessons and morals would Surge teach, and how long will it take for her to inevitably be pulled away from the show to make way for Shadow Says?
Oh, we did this one very recently, too.
I do remember this, yeah.
Like,
Shadow Says is funny.
I feel like we've done a Shadow Says.
I think we've done that. I think we've done
very curt with everything.
Yes.
Don't smoke, stupid. Eat a salad. Go outside. Stop playing video games.
Yeah. What? Shadow, you are a video game.
You're not my mom.
You didn't have a mom. Would Shadow tell us to touch grass?
Oh, he absolutely would. And Serge would tell you to eat grass and point out the field that's just had like insecticide sprayed on it. Serge says, when playing hide and seek, find the abandoned refrigerator. No one will look there.
Yep.
Serge says, if you smell a gas leak, light a match to make sure you know where it's coming from. Serge says, tip your waiter extra. That way you know how much to rob them from later. Rob from them later. Syntax.
Yeah,
is the
whatever.
key. Don't have a stroke, Flynn. You're on the air.
Yep. All right. OZ Productions has a question. What would happen if Ranma Sayatomi, I think that's how you pronounce that, of Ranma 1/2, fell into the spring of drowned hedgehog, turning him into Sonic or Amy for the lulz? What happens?
I only saw like the first little bit of Ranma 1/2. I don't know how it all plays out.
Did you say you saw half of Ranma 1/2?
No. Just the first little bit.
He doesn't make it out of the spring before the music starts to play. Dun, 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 dun. Sonic can't swim, so, you know.
It's like, how would the dynamic change when it's not a matter of issue but species? I mean, nobody really bats an eye with a guy who turns into a pig or a panda or a bull, so I guess that's not as big an issue eventually.
Not really, no.
But when he turns into Sonic, is it just physical, or does he like turn into the character of Sonic?
Well,
Like-
I guess he retains the personality, right? In the
Water
original
pail out of
Ranma.
nowhere, and Sonic's suddenly there going, I was just enjoying my birthday chili dog. Thank you very much. Why am I here again?
I was busy, dang it. Oh, what? So they just switch places?
Meanwhile, Rama's looking at the time meter going, what is that? Oh, whatever. I can beat it up.
Probably. Yeah. All right, Allison S. has a question. I saw a meme post that joked about why Sonic characters were problematic, and apparently Zavik doesn't use a coaster. What's his excuse, and can he be stopped?
No, he doesn't need an excuse. He's evil.
Yes.
He does it on purpose.
Yeah.
And no, he can't be stopped. He won't be stopped.
No.
He will fight you tooth and nail. He will burn the world to ashes and then put the glass down without a coaster.
Yes. He will leave rings everywhere. And we're not talking about Sonic Golden rings. We're talking about, gross water rings. Hashtag Zavik is over party.
Mahogany, I believe. It would be a shame if this sweating glass were left right here, he says, maintaining eye contact the entire time.
It's true. It's true. All right, next one is from the Hobgoblin. Fang leads his gang and a girl, Honey or Rouge, to Lost Hex to search for valuable artifacts. Which Zeddy could come from rivalries with them to develop? Which Zeddy could form rivalries with them to develop the characters? And can Fang finally get a win?
Well, in this scenario, let's toss Rouge in there because if anybody's going to go with these yahoos to look for treasure in a hazardous location, it's going to be Rouge because those three are meat shields, let's be honest.
We know Rouge likes to hang out in hazardous locations with weird dudes, so makes sense. It's
has
kind
a
of her
history.
thing. Yeah.
I don't know about advancements, but let's see. I imagine Fang and Zabak will square off at some point because they're both the ringleaders, the masterminds of everything. And Fang actually using his tech to keep a step ahead of Zavok would be kind of fun to see. You know, the underdog fighting the big snarly Oni dragon demon man thing. Rouge and Xena, just because Rouge is so much classier, and she would totally run circles around Xena in terms of class and skill and poise and just word choice and drive her up the wall. And that would be fun.
Yeah.
Just to watch Xena put in her place because, God, she's a nasty individual. Bark, I can see him taking on Zaz. Zaz wants to fight. Bark is up for the challenge. You know, crazy berserker, gangly Oni monster man. Sure, he'll put him in his place. Watching Bark just haymaker punch and like slap Zavok around Hulk and Loki style. That's worth the price of admission. I'd watch that. And Bean antagonizing the ever living crap out of Zeke. Like Master Zeke's just trying to, you know, make some sense of this babbling nincompoop. And Bean's just going to lean into the non sequiturs because that's funny.
Good. All right, next one is from Mildcard. When the Super Genesis wave erased the Archie multiverse, is the Sonic X universe included in that because of the comic? If it is erased, can it only be the dub, please? The sub is technically a different canon.
You know what? Sure.
Yes.
We'll go with that.
Yes. Sonic will say S word. Yeah, Sonic saying S word is canon.
That's your priority. That's your takeaway. Okay.
That's my priority. Yeah, of course it is. Sonic must say a swear, Ian Flynn. Please. Please. Also, I like how in this episode I keep calling you by your full name. Well, not your full name, but you know. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Ian Flynn. It's like it rolls off the tongue really well. It's easy to say.
Thank you, I guess.
I don't know. Your parents did a bang up job, I guess. Oh, we're losing it. We're losing it. We're nearly 2 hours into this and we're losing it. Oh man. Chaos Sonic 1 has a question. Sega offers to make a crossover with you, The 9 Lives of Claus McGee. And you have creative liberties on the Claus McGee. What would you do, and would it work with Sonic? Let's face it. What will be the crossover?
Have
you thought about this? I'm guessing.
No, I have not.
I'm guessing not.
No, because that's never, ever, ever going to happen. But
you say that.
I am fairly confident. But if you haven't seen, head over to BumbleKast.com. Look under the personal projects tab and find the 9 Lives of Claus McGee, the comedy adventure series I'm doing with Jonathan Griffiths and Reggie Graham. 2 digital issues are available right now. They are almost pay what you want, and they're fun. Hopefully I can get number 3 out before the heat death of the universe. Anyway.
It's a cute book. Check it out.
Claus McGee and Sonic, I guess it would be something akin to a storybook series premise
Okay. Yeah.
where every time the jangle bell goes off, for some reason, Sonic is yeeted into the next reality, meeting the next incarnation of Claus McGee, and just trying to figure out what's going on. You were an old man 2 seconds ago, and now we're fighting a wizard. I mean, I get the fighting the wizard part. That's fine. I got that. But why are you a wizard now? Why are you young? What's going on? And then eventually figures out what's going on with the jangle bell, starts having fun with it, and ultimately gets dropped into Dark Claus's version and go, "Oh, you're not a fun one, are you?" And has to fight him and finds that he's actually a formidable opponent for once. Wasn't expecting that on this adventure, huh? And then leave it open-ended so that the last hit causes the jangle bell to go off and Sonic gets ported back to his world. And he's like, that was weird. Kind of fun. Kind of feel like we might be doing this again sometimes if it's lucrative enough. Oops, fourth wall break.
Yep. Makes sense to me. There you go. This next question, the person's name is rather interesting. Says Ian Flynn died for your sins, you know.
I hadn't planned on it.
That's their
Not
name.
on my agenda, but
well, better clear your schedule. When did Classic Sonic and Tails get pulled in Gens?
You see it happen in the opening cutscene. And Tails happens at another point in time, which is irrelevant because there is no time at that point.
There is no time. I mean, really, that's just kind of how it goes in Sonic. There's no time. You have no chance to survive. Make your time. Ha 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 ha. No originality as a question. Oh, it's not a question. Wait, hold on. It ain't much, but it's something I want to give to you guys. Keep it up. You guys dealing with our tomfoolery. Stay spooky, you two.
Thank you very much.
You know what? Any amount is great. Thank you very much. Paper Dragon has a question. Does anyone in the main cast know when Shadow's quote-unquote birthday / D-Pod Day is? If they all did, would anyone even dare to try to throw him a party?
Oh, absolutely.
You know Amy would.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if anyone does know. And that may not even be like on record anywhere. But
Chat, please don't call it Tube Emergence Day. Sterile. Gross.
But I can imagine Amy is like going to great lengths to find out, like invades the Eggman base trying to find Gerald's diary to get this information.
Yeah.
Haggling with Rouge to get gun intel. Do you have any idea? No, it was redacted. Dang it.
Oh, man.
Hires the Chaotix. And when she cannot get an answer, and Shadow's not going to tell her. So when she cannot get a straight answer, she just decides to use the date that Eggman woke him up. And that'll be a proxy birthday. Happy proxy birthday. And Shadow's like, thank you, but why is it just the two of us? Well, I know you don't really like parties or big get-togethers. Anyway, Taylor Swift concert tonight? You're on, Swifty.
Rouge gives him a happy birthday grandpa card. Oh, no.
This is hilarious, Rouge, just like all the other ones.
He's like, yes, I know. Aren't I so clever? And here's one from MA. If you're allowed to answer, when creating Surge and Kit, did you know who they were before Starline, or is that meant to be ambiguous?
That was always left open for discovery. It may not ever be investigated, but part of the mystery is who they were, and I didn't want to set up anything myself that another writer might not know of and have to go back and figure out. So it's very much open to be discovered, settled upon, investigated.
All right, Ringo has a question. A new villain decides the Chaos Emeralds have been abused and wants to seal the emeralds in the void so no one can abuse them. How do the heroes react? They'd probably go get them.
Yeah, I imagine there would be some that are like, they got a point. Like, I could see Knuckles probably being convinced initially about this because they've done nothing but cause trouble.
Yeah,
Tails
but
would see the validity behind it, but also the good that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic would not want them gone because that's just denying their power to the world. You know, that's taking away an option from everybody else. And Eggman's going to just straight up fight because he wants them.
Yeah, I mean, they're his. What do you want? What are you doing?
Rouge is the most adamant about this. She will draw blood.
Of course. Those are her emeralds. Question from Hemo. In Shadow 05, there's an ending where Shadow defeats Black Doom and ends his own life with Vector being the only one who sees. How does he break the news to the rest of the cast in the game?
This is a silly because I know that didn't happen.
He didn't end his own life, but Vector was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, but if we're going with the scenario of Shadow's like, well, I'm done now. And Vector's like, what do you mean? Oh,
I'm out.
I should have been a little faster in the uptake there. Oh,
oops. Oops.
That's gruesome. Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, that's too bad. Sorry.
Meets up with everybody later. Hey, Vector, what happened to Shadow? I was tragic. He and Black Doom finished each other off at the exact same time. And I was busy saving a building full of orphans and kittens, so I couldn't help Shadow at the time.
Vector is
orphans and kittens on the Ark. Yeah, didn't even know they were up there. But you know, good investigator can find anything.
Weird.
So where are they now? They're all adopted in safe, happy homes that you'll never find because they're all very private. Anyway, pizza.
Sorry, I'm laughing at this, but I don't know why it's so funny. Oh, Excel Hedge has a question. It's Hedgehog family game night. Chuck surprises everyone and brings Shard. How do Jules, Bernie, and Sonic react, and how smooth does the night go?
Sonic is initially on guard because, hey, Chuck, that's a metal Sonic.
Yeah, he's had some history.
And Chuck's like, I know, but let him explain. And Shard goes, so, funny story. After I tried to kill your son, I had a bit of an epiphany. And, you know, long story short, here I am.
Yeah.
And there's a long, awkward silence. And Bernie just kind of sighs because if she had to hold a grudge with everybody who tried to kill her son at some point, she'd have a list. So if Chuck vouches for him, fine. And Jules goes, yeah, you vouched for that Julian guy too. And Sonic's like, Dad, come on, don't be like that. Eventually he's going to come around, you know, swapping stories about what power adapters work best. You know, lube for the mechanical parts. They bond on a machine to machine level. Also, Shard compliments his hat and scarf, and that wins him over very easily.
Well, there you go. Question from David C. In the ending of the new Sonic Generations, hold on. Nope. Sorry, David. We are not doing spoilers.
I mean, we've already towed the line with some of the sillier questions, but no Sonic and Shadow Generation questions, please.
Yep. Give it a couple weeks. Jennie has a question. If super transformations reflect the pure heartedness of the user, what transformation would happen if they were vengeful or even evil?
You're going to have to cite your sources on the pure hearted angle. I'm sure that's probably stated somewhere somehow, but that I don't believe that's a criteria within present standards. Like, I can't imagine Super Shadow is anything but pure hearted, or is anything remotely pure hearted. Unless we're going to steal a line from Team 4-Star and say that he's pure, unadulterated badass. But if you're looking for a super state fueled by vengeance, Super Shadow, really, ending 05.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. All right, here's one from Rogers S. In the manual for Sonic Unleashed, it says that the werehog is caused by the negative effects of the drained emerald. So is it from Dark Gaia, the emeralds, or both?
I mean, it would make more sense to say the emeralds because Dark Gaia was just released from the planet. How did all the Dark Gaia juices get up onto Eggman's orbital blaster station cannon thingy? But I don't know what the official word is on that.
All right, one from Alan C. Ever heard of the survivor's guilt trope? What if Maria survived but Shadow didn't?
It's not a trope, it's an actual condition.
Yeah, survivor's guilt is like a real thing. It's not just a media trope. Yeah.
But okay. Maria survives. Shadow's the one who launches her out into space in the capsule.
Mm-hmm.
Maria, give them all a chance to die to your fiery vengeance. Shadow, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah, but this was like we did this before though, where Maria became like kind of a superhero-esque character. Yeah.
Okay.
Where she got power, or
that.
she didn't get powers, or something. Maybe she did get powers. Or went all techie, I think.
All right.
And became like cool superhero type character. Yeah.
Gosh, I need to review the Q&A master list over at BumbleKast.com to see the questions that have been answered previously and hear those answers.
Yeah. I mean, there was like a whole series of 5 minis on this, Ian. Where she was replaced. Yeah, where we replaced. Yeah, we did this whole thing. Yeah, they're not out yet. Geez. I think that's why.
Okay. Well, you can't check the Q&A master
list. Spoiler alert for the future. Yes, they're not out yet, but we have talked about this before, where she became like, kind of a hero character in the similar vein as Shadow, but was much more affable, I suppose, than he was. So, all right, and here's one from Channel. Hey, Mr. Ian the Flynn, does Shadow ever do maintenance on his rocket skates?
Maybe.
Does he need to?
I mean, maybe Gerald just made perfectly never failing rocket skates.
They never even get dirty. They're perfect the whole time.
Ultimate rocket skates for the ultimate life form.
Yep. And the last super chat we're going to do on this episode is from Random English. Scourge is a green Sonic with opposite morality to Sonic. Using this reasoning as a basis, what aspect of the two Sonic bros would you flip?
I missed something there.
I guess like if there's a a certain thing, certain personality trait that each of them has, what would you swap between them?
But it said,
Scourge is a green Sonic with opposite morality to Sonic.
oh, Scourge.
Scourge,
Okay.
not Surge. Yeah, Scourge. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, she's not, but okay. Okay.
Yes.
And then the Sonic Bros thing, I'm like, we're talking the red and yellow one from that puzzle game that never came out?
No. You can tell we're 2 hours into this.
It's been a long month, ladies and gentlemen. I am fried like a fritter. Anyway, okay, so catching up now.
Yeah.
What is the one element between the two of them to swap
Yeah.
for funsies?
Sure.
Well, what is there to swap? Because they both have the never say die attitude, the tenacity,
Hmm.
the drive to accomplish whatever it is they want to do. Scourge is certainly more selfish and Sonic's is more altruistic, but it's still the same core drive to do things their own way and not change. I don't really want to give Sonic Scourge's misogynistic behavior.
No. Please no.
Sense of style, maybe? Scourge goes all natural and Sonic starts rocking a jacket and shades.
Sure. I mean, we'll go with that. Why not?
Give Sonic like a cool bomber jacket and aviator shades.
That makes sense to me. That works.
Because Polly had a bomber jacket, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do a couple of standard questions to end us out, Ian? We got a few minutes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let's swap back over and get into this one from Raphael. In Sonic Adventure 2, the fake Chaos Emerald had the same wavelength as a real one. Maybe what enables Chaos Control is the wavelength, not the power?
That gets into the weeds that I don't think I can really talk about, to be perfectly honest, but little column A, little column B, maybe.
It's science. It's science. I don't have to explain it. Zizm TG has a question. If Shadow landed in a brutal franchise, Warhammer 40k, Sin City, Mortal Kombat, would he thrive in it or be a big softie for once in his life?
Oh, no. He would just, not be restricted by a E10 rating.
Finally.
Good Lord, Mortal Kombat with its various spin dashes and chaos controlling. Ooh,
Oh, he'd be so happy.
there.
He can finally say the F word.
Bad things he would do to people.
To be fair, they kind of deserve it. I mean, this is the Mortal Kombat universe. Apparently, Melina has a spin dash fatality in Mortal Kombat 11. That's pretty cool, actually.
All right.
Good. Good. Let Melina murder. As a treat.
And his design would fit in perfectly with the Sin City aesthetic. He's already mostly black and white, just with the red highlights. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. He's in.
I even have the gold of the rings in there, and he wouldn't stand out particularly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maria, she was dead to the world, and the world was dead to me.
It's a little dark. Makes sense, though. Makes sense. Here's one from EBM Mechanic. Non-Sonic question. What's your favorite sea animal, and could you see yourself being able to properly take care of it?
Oh, absolutely not. It does not matter what it is. As whatever lives in the sea needs to stay there, and I am not particularly fond of the sea, so I'm not going to live near the sea. So it can be where it is. I will be where I am, and we're just wonderfully good as we are.
Do you have a favorite sea animal despite not liking the sea?
There's so many neat things out there, like whales in general. Pick one. Any of them. Fascinating creatures. What is this thing called? Hold on.
I just want a sea otter. They're so much fun. We just swim around and
Crinoids.
show
Here we go.
off.
Crinoids.
Goofy.
Also known as sea lilies. The thing it almost looks like a biblically accurate angel.
Oh boy.
Just fluttering around in the water. It is the weirdest thing. I mean, some are weirder than others. Some of them just look like funky starfish, but I remember seeing one before AI art polluted the internet. I was looking at this thing going, is this some kind of weird render? What is this? And no, it's a crinoid. And I just have a fascination with the super weird animals and critters, the unique stuff. And
well, Jen is here.
A follow-up question on the crinoid. Modern or ancient extinct?
oh, both. I mean, they're both wacky, crazy things.
It says both.
Both? Okay. I'm running away again.
Bye, Jen.
I think that's a good way to end the show, actually.
No, we're talking about ancient ocean stuff, though. Oh my god,
There's
dude, the
so much
Precambrian stuff.
There's so much
No trilobites!
There's so much wild ocean stuff. Yeah, Jennifer hates trilobites, but you know.
Like we could be here all day with me, like going through Wikipedia, going, okay, what was this thing called? How do you pronounce this? But yeah. all the Precambrian explosion alien life forms just flitting around.
Like a
a
megalodon.
Whatever the pearl of octopus is. They are just fascinating, weird brain goo monster things. Like they should be running the world. It's a good thing they die at 2 years old.
All right, that's a way to end this show, I think. Call it for this month.
Thank you so much for joining us for another BumbleKast Live as we reached incoherency a little faster than normal, I think.
I don't know. We're pretty incoherent in general, Ian, so I don't know.
As long as the people are entertained.
They must be. They keep coming back.
Thank you again to Jennifer R. and Professor Rye for managing all of the questions that came in. Thank you to Kazi for not sponsoring, for running the social media channel. Wait. Thank you to everyone who supports the show with your super chats, and those of you that are our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members. Thank you for everyone who was listening, driving up the metrics, asking your standard questions. Just thank you, everybody. You are greatly appreciated. I'm sorry I'm stumbling down the stairs here at the last minute, but not the last hour. Good grief. I will try to be rested next time we do one of these things. No promises, though. November looks to be very, 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 very busy.
Yes.
Hoo-ha. Anyway, we will see you throughout November with more BumbleKast goodness. We got all sorts of stuff lined up. I'm not even sure what half of it is anymore. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
See you later, everybody. All right.